Welcome to the 5th annual FAFL All-Star Game, as the best of the North and the best of the South get ready to take each other on. It is a warm and windy night here at the Gabba in Brisbane, as the city they call Brizzy becomes the latest city to host the event that has slowly become a mainstay on the FAFL calendar. Hello everyone, I'm Kerry, joined by my usual broadcast partner Aiden Harrison, and Aiden, this should be a good game.
Oh, without a doubt, mate. A lot of interesting notes here. Let me just peek at my cheat sheet here.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, the record here for the All-Star game has been 3 wins for the Southern All-Stars and 1 draw back in 2020, I believe, when we were in Adelaide. But the thing tonight that people are wondering is, can the Northern All-Stars break through for a win this year after 4 attempts?
well, mate, by law of averages, of course they can. And of course, by the same law of averages, they are kind of due for it, might I say.
They absolutely are. Perhaps the main star on the team right now is probably Brandon Murphy, who's currently leading the goal kicking this season. Do you think he's going to be the player to turn the tide for the Northern All-Stars tonight?
Hmm, that's a really good question. I think he could definitely be that impact player in that sense. But then again, you could also look at some of the newer faces around the Northern All Stars, such as Radhika Saxena. She's a first timer coming out of Fremantle, and also Alice Pitney, who's been nothing but brilliant for Brisbane.
Yeah, I would say, honestly, she's my only bet for the Jimmy Newman medal, in my opinion. I mean, she's going to be right home here at the Gabba. She's been playing a lot of her football here since she's joined the Brumbies, so pretty much going to be used to how this venue's played, and simply put, she might be one of the keys here for the Northern All-Stars as well. I think looking at a lot of key matchups here, I think you've got Raven Stringer having a great season moving down back for Cairns. She is going to really show what she's worth here because, I mean, she's probably been the best centre half back in the comp all year, which is bizarre to say considering that this time last year she was pretty much struggling to get bench rolls at Cairns. So she's had a big turnaround.
That's sort of the magic Cairns works, I've noticed. Timmy Bryan has a way of taking these underappreciated talents and making them really sing. I mean, Stringer being definitely one of them, but you can look at players like Lucas Cahill, who's also joining Stringer.
Absolutely, Lucas Cahill, one of the moves of the off season that has really paid off, going from kind of being an also-ran at Melbourne City to being one of the major backline players of Cairns this season. So he deserves his spot here as well. I think another one you can say that really deserves their spot is Jervis Janson. He has been a guy that you can go to whenever you need a goal kicked. It doesn't matter where in the forward line or where in the forward 50 he has to kick it. He can kick it. It doesn't matter if it's straight in front, at a tight angle, near the boundary line, way back. He's a guy who could really pull that off, and for the Northern All-Stars to have him in their side, that is definitely a big addition indeed.
Indeed, it is. I mean, Jansen is just incredible, but honestly a little understated at times, if you ask me.
Definitely. I mean, he's certainly, when he's on, he's on. When he's not, he's definitely quiet. But will tonight be a night he's on or a night where he's off? We'll have to see. But besides players on Cairns, you've got the Walker brothers playing together for the second time in the All-Star game. I mean, I forgot the first time they played together because I think Ryder's kind of a little bit understated at times, but he's in the side. I think he's replacing an injured Matthew Blake. And meanwhile, you've got the couple of Julie Reisman and Jake Honeycutt playing. I think Reisman getting the main starting role at centre, mainly due to the fact that one of the top players this season is out with injury. I mean, if Milo Guyan wasn't injured, do you think he'd be out there right now? I mean, you'd have to think he would be.
I definitely say yes, and also like with Gold Coast, it's an interesting situation there, mate. They got both the rocks in Reisman and Warner there, but Warner's coming off the bench and Reisman's starting, albeit in a secondary role, when she's usually on the bench and Warner's starting.
Absolutely, that is very weird indeed. But I mean, if you've got someone like Barry playing, then it's pretty hard for someone like Ward to get on. I mean, those are two damn good Rockfurs indeed. And looking at the Southern All Stars, they are very much going with some of the usual names you'd expect: Jay Samuelson, Douglas Goleen, Tony Quacker, Tyler Summers, Zach Everett, Derek Bristol, Gregory Perkins. Like a lot of usual names you'd expect here. I mean, but there are some new ones here. I mean, take us through some of them.
I mean, yeah, probably the most surprising one to me here would be actually Althea Savoy. She really came out of nowhere.
Absolutely, she has come out of nowhere, came in to replace an injured player at East Sydney to begin her career, but she's kind of been in that side since then and has been putting in some really, really good results. I mean, to be honest, it kind of makes you think, do you take her out or do you just keep her in? I mean, she's doing well enough as is. I mean, why tamper with a good thing?
Well, number one, I mean, she's doing a lot for them, and two, I think East Sydney is kind of trying to get the little collection of Team USA if you look at the recent draft picks. I mean, Razor Appleby, Dak Cooper, Rudolph Kelly, and now Althea Savoy. 4 consecutive first-round picks that have come out of the US of A.
Exactly. I think East Sydney are trying to make that kind of a recruiting ground for them, if you know what I mean. But looking at some of the other players here, I mean, you have, despite Hobart only winning 1 game this year so far, you've got Dee Ashcroft and Dálaigh Jameson along with Zandra Strange. It's certainly kind of weird to see a team that hasn't been doing too well get 3 players into the All-Star team. But I mean, they've been that vital to Hobart and have been that good despite everything going on that they kind of deserve a spot, don't they?
Strange, yes, but I can understand it. I mean, you look at Strange and Ashcroft, they're probably one of the better backline duos in the comp.
Absolutely, I would agree with that. I mean, Wellington might be having the players that will be trying to pull the Southern All-Stars to a win here because I think 5 out of the top 6 teams at the moment on ladder are currently in the Northern All-Stars makeup. I mean, I think you've got Cairns, Brisbane, you've got Cairns, yep, sorry. Like, try to get the ladder up here, guys, come on. Okay, Cairns, Brisbane, Orange, Gold Coast, and Perth. They're all a part of the Northern All-Stars, and the only one in the top 6 right now that isn't is Wellington. So you'll probably be, I would say you'd be looking at people like Brunskill, Hivers, Summers, Everett, and Quacker to kind of drag the Southern All-Stars up a bit here because they're taking on a lot of talent that's up at the top end of the ladder right now.
Especially with Hivers, she had, had to take number 4 for the game, and then she ended up kicking that very same number that game.
Absolutely.
That's just a funny fact.
That is absolutely a bit of a fun fact there. And I mean, honestly, you would think that Hivers is probably going to be one of the major players tonight. So, I mean, with Hearns versus Stringer, that's going to be definitely a big matchup. Another one's probably going to be Pitney Goleen. We're going to see if the rookie can handle the veteran. And I think another one's going to be Paulie Hermanson versus Brandon Murphy there. Because, I mean, Hermanson's been pretty good at Adelaide this year, but this is probably his biggest challenge yet, taking on the guy who's currently leading the goal kicking. I mean, if he can put on a good show tonight, that perhaps says that maybe Adelaide have got the future fullback of their team right there, right now.
I'd fully agree with that. I mean, I think Tani definitely saw something in him that we all kind of miss. She has a thing for, big swarthy backs, like back in the days on Gold Coast, very bulky back line. So she's kind of hearkening to that, if you ask me.
Absolutely, a bit of a throwback to Hester Patel's old teams, which certainly that is an interesting way to go about it. But hey, if you can get it to work, you can get it to work. I mean, talk to Jimmy Lawrence, talk to Gregory Perkins. They'll tell you that back line worked and that it was the fault lines that let them down during those days. But let's not speak about it right here now, because again, this ain't 2010. This is 2023.
Indeed, it is. Indeed, it is.
I mean, speaking of Perkins, he's going to be right on Jervis Janson, so it will be his job to try and make it a quiet night for Janson.
That's interesting to me because, you got Perkins, who's very loud, brash, and all that good stuff. Then you got Janson, who's a little more low-key and down-to-earth. So that's going to be an interesting contrast between them two there.
Exactly. Two polar opposites in terms of personality. Looking at some other ones, you've got Rudy Walker taking on Zhu Min. Zhu Min's been one of the more underrated centre-half backs, I think, for a good while. She's been really making her name known since she's been to East Sydney, but she's got to take on the big rival centre-half forward who's had all the accolades in Rudy Walker, and if there's a player that can pull you out in big situations, it's definitely Rudy Walker, and he's shown it time and time and time again. There's a reason why this guy's a 3-time Premiership player, a 2-time Jeff Rose medalist for Best on Ground or Grand Final, and a 2-time CJ Willing Trophy winner. He's just that damn good.
Oh, no doubt. He's gotten all of his flowers and then some. But I don't know, zoom in, to me, this kind of sets up a great underdog sort of situation for her.
Absolutely. I mean, she's been kind of the underdog for her entire career. Tonight's a chance to prove that she is here and she is ready to be one of the top backs of the competition. And finally, we've kind of got the entire fight in the kind of ruck line here. We've got Sammi Hodgson versus Tyler Summers, Jake Honeycutt versus Alita Salander, and then we've got the big ruck battle of Barry and Warner versus Everett and Grimmer. I mean, if there's a way for this game to be won and lost, you'd have to think it's entirely going to be on the ruck line here as well, because if you can get a clean sweep there, I think it's going to be very hard for the other team to get possession, don't you think, Aiden?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, damn, that is an incredible collection of names there on both sides.
Absolutely. Some of the best up-and-coming stars and some of the current top crop there. That is just... Any team would wish that they could have just 3 of them, you know?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, honestly, I'd move heaven and earth just to get one of them.
Absolutely, and I think Wellington's happy that they got 2 of those 6 themselves, but... Anyway, as we're getting ready here, it looks like the players are about to come out to the ground, so let's head down there right now.
Oh, absolutely. Let's get to the action. This always gets me excited.
Absolutely. We're looking at the gather here. Packed crowd. Everything's going pretty well indeed. We're going to quick look at the teams here as well, so we've just gone over them. I mean, pretty much, this is the big time of this is the time where you get hyped up. You gotta get out there. You gotta get out there. You gotta get ready. You don't know how it's gonna go, but you know this feeling better than I do, Aiden.
Oh, absolutely. You just gotta, clear your mind, get ready to play your game. Although one disappointing thing, they're not pairing Samuelson and Yates. That's kind of the generational battle for the best wing, you know? It makes me a little sad.
It does. It makes me a bit sad too, but we'll have to see how it goes, as very much both teams kind of warming up here. Mostly the Southern All-Stars out right now, as the Northern ones are coming out right now as well. I mean, you are right that it is a shame not to be getting Yates and Samuelson, but I mean, I suppose they're trying to go for a strategy where if they can get one of them open, then they've always got someone in the midfield that can really help them out. And I think that's maybe the idea here, is that if you don't have them lined up on each other, you can kind of have at least someone open as we get ready for the coin toss here.
Yeah, good point there, Let either of them get loose and it's just hell on earth for the opponent.
Exactly. As we get ready for the coin toss here, it's Garleen and Austin Warner for the toss. And Warner wins, and he'll be going to the left of screen here as we're about to get underway. Aiden, your prediction on this game. Who's going to win it?
Let's see. I'm actually going to go against it and say Northern breaks it.
Yep, I think they have the team they need to, as we're underway with the tap out. And here we go. Very quick start for Northern. And Brendan Murphy gets a mark here, and they have a chance to go for the first goal of the game very quickly.
Oh, that was a kick smooth as butter, and they got who better than Brendan Murphy to start things off.
Murphy slots it through. First goal of the game to Northern. Great start. Great start.
perfect, clean textbook kick.
Jeez, if you need a guy to get you into this game, he's the right one. As very much we haven't even had a minute in this game, and we've already got the first goal. This is a good sign. This is a good sign we're going to get a good game here, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
As we get back here, and Barry gets the hit out, and here we go. Bit rough in the middle here. Stringer hands it off, but she'll get it back, but it gets smothered, and Reisman pushes Salander in the back there. A little bit rough there, but I mean, I think the height difference might have played a part there, and what the heck was Everett going for? He was trying to go for a specky there, and he wasn't even near the ball!
Nope.
And Saxena almost gets a goal. Jesus, this is a frantic pace, Aiden.
I'm not surprised Saxena win it for it. She's known for being very electric and very fiery, so that's perfectly on brand for her.
Absolutely, indeed. And Reisman trying to find someone and finds Janson.
Oh, nice. She got some angle on that kick, too.
Absolutely, and Janson slots it right through, as you'd expect, and the Northern All-Stars are up by 13 within the first 3 minutes of the game.
It is beautiful.
It absolutely is, as just look at that replay. That is textbook. Absolutely textbook.
Oh, smooth as butter, no doubt.
And if you're the Southern All-Stars at the moment, what are you thinking, Aiden? Do you think you try and change it up a bit, or do you just keep going with the game plan? I mean, it's only just been the first 3 minutes, but they're already in front by 13.
I'd say give it a few more minutes, and if it's not going right, then maybe shake things a little bit.
Yep, we will have to see as, oh my god, they've gotten it back into their forward 50 again, the Northern All-Stars, but thankfully Hermanson's on it, so...
Yep. Oh, here we go, Samuelson.
Yep. Go Williams with the mark. He's going to try and find someone, find Samuelson. And he's going to find Ashcroft here, and they're really starting to slow it down here, the Southern All-Stars.
Yeah, just a lot of laterals, didn't like what they saw upfield, so they're just kind of kicking the can a little.
Absolutely. They're going to try and get it to their forward line, but there's no one there. It's like you got 2-on-1 there. Ryder Walker gets a mark, and this ball...
Oh, man. Oh.
And James is going to take the mark here. But no, she doesn't like what she sees. She's going to go way back. I don't know what she was thinking there. And now she's made it a bit harder for her team to try and get it back in there.
What is going on?
Good question. I think the Southern All-Stars are struggling with some confidence here as the ball goes out of bounds and it'll be a throw-in.
I mean, goodness, what's the name of that one song? Dazed and Confused?
Yep, they certainly look a bit dazed and confused at the moment, like they weren't expecting anything, as Gordon misses but gets him on the board. It's the first score for the Southern All-Stars, but it's a behind. I mean, Joe Gordon, I mean, why is he even up that end of the ground?
As I said, dazed and confused. I don't know how else to put it.
Yep. That can be said, but... Well, God, this is going to be very interesting. As Whitehurst takes the mark. Trying to get it outside of the Southern forward 50 here as Adler finds Clayton. And your thoughts on maybe the first half of this first quarter, Aiden? I mean, what's been the surprise to you?
Probably, I'd just say Northern's sheer efficiency. Good lord.
Absolutely, and here we go again. Rudy Walker from the boundary line gets it. Oh my goodness, that is a goal. God, that might be goal of the year.
Yeah, that's just like chef's kiss. Mwah.
God, we were talking about him before the game. This is why you have this guy in your team. He can make magic out of anything.
Yeah. That was incredible.
Absolutely incredible. As just the Northern All-Stars off to a great start here, as I think the Southern All-Stars need to try and collect themselves a bit here, because this has just been a bit of a struggle for them so far.
Dak Cooper playing all sloppy there.
Yep, definitely a very slug with the ball there. So, as we continue to go on, I mean, here we go, maybe a chance for something here. Oh!
Whoa!
Oliver Whitehurst with a goal. If you're kicking it like that, no wonder you're in front. Like, God, if things like that are going your way, well, let's just say you've got the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, just kick it up and show them all the things you can do.
Exactly, Aiden. Just, God, 2 great goals in a row. This is insane. And that means the Northern All-Stars are up by 24, and the Southern All-Stars are going to have to think of something here, otherwise they're going to be completely left in the dust here.
Yeah, this might get ugly real quick.
It already
got a little
kind of
ugly yet beautiful at the same time.
Absolutely, and I think they were lucky to mark that one, because if Barry had found his target, I think we'd be looking at another goal there.
Exactly. And even then, getting it out was pretty messy.
Very messy indeed, as Zhu Min tries to find her target, hands it off to James. James shanks that kick. They could have used that goal right there, I think.
Oh, that's not like her. Jeez.
Pressure must be really getting to her, as it's really getting to the Southern All-Stars, it seems, Aiden.
Indeed. Indeed.
And Hodgson with it. I mean, her relative, Marina Hodgson, she's looking to be drafted into the FBA, so we'll have to see where she ends up. I mean, she's been pretty good with the Sharks in that recently.
Oh, she's been incredible, especially for more of a walk-on player.
Absolutely, as Honeycutt gets the mark there.
The little corgi's flying.
Absolutely, the little corgi's been pretty famous on TikTok recently, and I think that's why we've perhaps got a little bit of sponsorship from them this game. I mean, if you look at the fences at times, you're seeing a lot of TikTok sponsorship, so I think he's kind of maybe been the reason why they're sponsoring some of the sponsors boards at this game, and a high tackle here. And
yeah, I'll agree on that, actually, a previous point. I'm not much of TikTok, but I actually do watch his videos a lot. They're fun.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. As Savoy finds Strange, goes back to Savoy. Savoy's going to have to try and get out there, finds Samuelson, and gets to Ashcroft. That could have been ugly, but they've made it work.
That was a daredevil of a mark from Ashcroft.
Absolutely. Goleen trying to get it to Bristol, but is beaten by Cahill. But smothered. Here we go. Bristol, chance, hands it off, and...
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. What are you doing?
Just couldn't get anything going there, it seems.
What were you doing?
Good question indeed. And now the cavalry from the Northern All-Stars have shown up and very much made it a huge...
Oh, Saxena with a mark.
Yep.
She gets up. That's a lot like her to just play on.
Yep, and gets the behind there. So another behind on the board, but...
That's his style. Pepper the goals, see what hits.
Exactly, but that previous play there, I mean... Just by the time that they finally got the ball back and tried to build something, I mean... it was already just a massive pack of players from both teams, and you can't really get much going with that, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the problem when no one wants to step up.
Exactly, and Gregory Perkins gives away a push in the back to Saxena, and she's going to have a shot at goal here.
Yeah, pretty much. And knowing her, she's going to go at it this long.
Absolutely. Will she get it? It's a long distance, but she's going to try and bomb it. It's not going to make it, though. And we're back to kind of where we were.
Oh. All right, and we got a bounce up.
Yep. And a push in the back from Selander. That could be costly as Barry tries to dial it in. No one marks it. But here we go. Here we go.
Ooh.
Strange smothers the ball that could have been easily a goal. Good defense from her.
Like I said, even with Hobart, kind of sinking right now, that's why her and Ashcroft are here.
Yep, and Janson coming on for Saxena here, so perhaps looking for a little bit more composure in the forward line here. As he'll get a free kick from Perkins having the high tackle there, and here's a chance.
Like I said, Janson, he's very zen-like in his play and conduct.
And it absolutely...
Like so.
Yep, absolutely shows there, gets the goal. Very easy kick, very zen-like, and gets it done. This is what you want, and this game is already getting into kind of ugly territory here. It's 5-2, 32 to 0-2-2 with 2 minutes 38 to go in the first. Jeez, the Southern All-Stars have had a terrible start.
Yeah, the issue's been in the forward line. No one's stepped up except for James, and she hasn't quite had it, so she needs some help up there.
Absolutely. I mean, you'd think Goleen and Bristol would be able to help out, but they've been really struggling so far as we get back to the center here. And Yates, great play from him, but can't really find anyone to get the ball. Perkins kicks it to nowhere, just hoping that someone like James can get to it first. Maybe she can, she will, but it's a bit too tight there as... Oh, geez, Daniels gives away the pushing it back to Marion. Chance for James to mark it, doesn't get it.
Oh, jeez.
Whitehurst tries to get it back down the boundary as Josephs takes it. And we're back to where we were, it seems, Aiden.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they almost got it, but yet no one's stepping up. Or maybe Samuelson can make something happen.
Exactly. He'll find Strange. Strange will go for it. Find Savoy. But there's no one really in the forward line at the moment. She hands it off to Bronskill, who hands it to Selland, who bombs it long. Can Morin take it? No, he cannot.
No.
And that looks like it'll be an easy mark. And siren will sound, and that is quarter time. Aiden, your thoughts on this quarter, and what do the Southern All-Stars need to do to get back in this, and what are the Northern All-Stars doing right here?
Well, for Southern, number one, don't play stupid. Do not play stupid. Don't start rushing goals and, doing ugly kicks, because that's just going to get you in a deeper hole. That's the main thing.
I would agree there. I think they need to compose themselves quite a bit as we look at the stats here, and despite the scores on the scoreboard, things are actually pretty even. I think it's really just kind of telling you that just the Southern All-Stars just haven't had much of a chance here to get on the board, really. And I think it's the Northern All-Stars defense really playing well here.
Yeah, not a lot has broken their way either. Like, they can get movement up the field, but they don't got a deal sealer right now at the goalpost. That's the issue.
That's true, and perhaps what's also not helping is the hit-outs. Northern have got 7-1 here. They're winning it, and it shows on the scoreboard as well. They've got to probably start winning the ruck and start getting some forward-line action, as if you look at the major ball winners, Barry with 5 disposals, Whitehurst and Hodgson each with 4, and Janson with 2 goals. I mean, when you're getting performances out of those guys, it really tells.
Exactly. And you look over at Southern, the major winners have been the back line, which says, yeah, they've definitely been struggling to get upwards a bit.
Exactly. I mean, and you just look at it on the field and you can tell that the Northern All-Stars are the ones that have been controlling this, and just as we almost get ready to get underway at the second quarter here, I mean, Aiden, what do the Southern All-Stars need to do specifically this quarter to get back in this, and what do the Northern All-Stars need to keep doing?
Northern they need to keep playing fast, because it's clearly been working for them, so they just got to keep that pace up while being smart enough.
Exactly, I would agree, as we're underway at the second quarter already, and it's looking kind of similar to what it was before, as Everett tries to find Quacker, but it's 2-on-1 as Ryder Walker gets the intercept mark and hands it off to Whitehurst, who hands it back to him. Can't really dial in the kick, though.
Ashcroft got that one, though.
Yep, here we go. Goleen tries to mark it, can't mark it. Pitney gets it out of there, but it's going to be going into the pack here. As
yeah, it's just going to be a mess.
Yep. James as Honeycutt manages to intercept it from James and gets it back to the middle. But here we go. Summers going long, and that's just going to go straight to Ryder Walker, who seems to be playing him as a kind of the spare defender here.
Yeah, that's an interesting tack. I wouldn't have assumed that out of him.
Me neither, but he seems to be doing the job well at the moment, and I think maybe that's what both teams are going for here, is that they're going to have Samuelson on one wing, Yates on the other, and they're going to play the other wings as kind of spare defensemen. So that should be interesting to see how that continues to go, really. I mean, Walker seems to be doing his job.
Cooper got a good mark there.
Yep. Definitely a good mark, and Quacker from a very tight angle here. If he could get this, which is going to be incredibly hard, that would be their first goal. But no, he's not going to go for it. He's going to try and find someone, but yet again...
That's what's been getting them. They've been sort of punting on opportunities, even though they're not like the greatest opportunities.
Jeez,
sometimes you got to take those wild shots.
Absolutely, and I'm wondering what the heck just happened there with Ashlyn Adler, trying to go for a bit of a smart kick there, but it looks stupid doing it. I mean, it looks good on the highlight reel if you can snap it, but it looks bad when you snap it out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, I don't know what she was doing there. Maybe Darwin's season's been throwing her off a little. I don't know.
I don't know. I think she's getting a little too cocky here with the lead they've got at the moment. So, I mean, she might want to stop doing that.
I'd agree.
And Marion finds Bristol. He's wide open. He's going to go for it. He gets the first goal of the quarter and the first goal for the Southern All-Stars.
Just slices it in. Nice.
Yeah, great goal from Bristol, as we expect. Angelo Marion being the one to kind of set it up, though. So the young rookie from Adelaide playing a big role in assisting in that goal. That is great play from the both of them. And a much-needed goal.
Yeah, interesting with Marion, you know. He's actually one of those more switch players, as I call them, where they will play like both forward and back.
Absolutely playing forward at the moment, it seems, and it seems to be kind of paying off a little bit now as Salander caught throwing the ball there. That is, not good.
Yeah, normally she's quite composed and careful, so...
Yep.
But Marion up.
Marion up, but...
And picked off by Hodgson.
Exactly. Couldn't exactly get something going there, but he's kind of showing that he's got the fight in him at the moment, which is good, and...
That he's willing to take the risks.
Absolutely. Murray tries to get around as Cahill tries to go for goal, but that was just way too tight. There was no way he was going to get that one.
Yeah. I agree. Just take the point and get on with it.
Exactly. I don't know why Cahill's down the forward line, but we're kind of seeing a lot of weird positioning this game.
Absolutely.
And Yates gets the behind again, trying to kind of snap it around there. I think he just needed to get some better positioning there, I think.
I agree. And usually he's not one to play super wild.
And Perkins, here he goes, and oh, jeez, what the heck?
Oh, what were you doing and what were you thinking? Or what are you on?
Good question, but I think that tells you how bad the pressure is at the moment, is that they had a defender on him, and he felt under so much pressure that he felt that going out of bounds was the beneficial option, which, God, if you've got that much pressure on a guy, then maybe it's time to take him off.
Yeah. Should have been off 5 minutes ago, if that's the case.
Yep. And jeez, it's been a very quick, hard and fast game as Hodgson had a chance at a goal, but the ball just didn't go where she wanted to, and yet another behind.
To her credit, though, she was basically kicking from behind herself, essentially, so...
Yep, that is true. It's harder to do that than to go straight on as Yates looking to go for it. He's got it. And yet another goal for the Northern All-Stars.
Whoa.
As Yates gets on the board. Jeez, this is becoming a bit of a bloodbath. I mean, 41-8 right now. I mean, the Southern All-Stars are really, really struggling, and perhaps this might be the night that the Northern All-Stars finally get the win, potentially. I mean, they're showing it right now.
I mean,
they
we
weren't
both kind of called that one.
Yeah, as we get ready for the next bounce, and here we go, and there we go. Barry tries to get it out and goes to a pack again. I think we're getting a lot of pack football here as Hivers gets the mark, but
Absolutely.
fails.
But she kicks it a little too strong.
Exactly. Savoy trying to find someone here. Gonna find Marion. Marion's gonna play on, and Marion's gonna get the goal.
Oh, that is nice.
Very nice play indeed. And very much...
Hey. And hey, a rookie connection there.
Exactly. The future of the game here. Savoy finds Marion. Marion goes for a goal. Certainly a good connection there, and it's almost like the rookies are the ones who are kind of coming out and saying, hey, we need to kind of lift here.
I mean, hey, when you're young, you know, you're still trying to prove your salt in this league, you definitely take those shots.
Exactly, and they get a goal back here, but it's still a pretty wide margin. I mean, it's not the biggest margin we've ever seen, but the way this game has gone, it's certainly going to be a hard one to claw back, you'd think.
Right, but still, you always want to show that, hey, there's still a heartbeat on the team.
And Walker going for it, and oh, right in the post.
Oh, what do they say in Gridiron? A doink?
Yep. Doinks the post there. That was almost a great play from the Northern All-Stars. There's, as Dálaigh gets on Perkins. Perkins really struggling at the moment.
Yeah. Gee.
Maybe we see why he went with that strategy before, that he just seems to be really struggling under pressure at the moment, as Dálaigh is going to have a shot right in front, but at an angle. I think she'll still get it, though.
Yeah, I'd say 80% of the time she gets that.
Into the post!
And that's the 20%.
That's the 20.
Another doink.
Yeah, double doink here at the All-Star game. Aiden. I feel like I'm cursing some of these players here.
Well, I tried to tell them, don't play stupid, and they're kind of leading into that now.
Absolutely. Can Rudy Walker make up for his doink earlier, as he's going to go for goal here? Outside the 50, he's going to curve it in, he's going to get it. And that margin keeps growing.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Jeez, I tell you, there's one man you'd want kicking those beautiful goals, and that's Rudy Walker. I mean, he is the master of goals in situations like this. I mean, if you need him to just curve it in like that, he's the guy you go for. I mean, I seem to be gushing a lot about him, but it's pretty easy to. I mean, he's got the talent and the skill.
Warranted. Certainly warranted. No doubt about that, mate.
Absolutely indeed. As Southern All-Stars get the clearance here, but back to a pack.
That was just a mess.
That was just a mess.
Still a mess.
And bronze kill.
Kicked nobody. Kicked to no one.
Kicked to no one, but lucky that wasn't out of bounds on the full there, so they'll get a chance for a throw-in. Otherwise, that'd be going straight back to the Northern All-Stars.
Which they don't want to give them that.
Exactly. Summers tries to get something going. Everett snaps it. Goal!
Oh. Whoa!
The big American gets a big goal here, and that is another great goal we've seen tonight. I mean, geez, everyone's pulling out their best tricks at the moment.
I mean, they ain't all-stars for nothing.
Exactly, just great snap from the big American. Just Wellington perhaps very glad to have this guy on their team. I mean, he's showing himself to probably be their best player out there tonight at the moment.
Absolutely.
As it is 7-7-49 to 3-2-20 at the moment, with about 6.5 minutes to go in the second, as it looks like Selland has gotten a free kick here.
Yeah, Barry gave away a high tackle.
I mean, okay, that's to be a little expected. There's a big height difference between Sellander and Barry, that's for sure. And Quacker trying to drill it in to the forward line. But Cahill gets it before anyone else can, and that will be another ball up.
And it's not the worst spot to be in, though.
It's not the worst spot to be in, as I think Grimmer gets the tap and just goes for the rush behind.
Yep.
That is one way to do it, but I suppose if you have to get points on the board, that's one strategy of doing it.
Although you can't keep settling for that. That's the issue.
That's true. They have to get some goals on the board here if they want a chance, as Adler is going to go short. Doesn't work out. Grimmer tries to go for a kick, but it's going to be 2-on-1 again as Pitney gets the mark.
Yeah, she has just been... She's just been crunching them up.
Absolutely, and it looks like the Northern All-Stars are trying to break the... Looks like the zone defense here, trying to find some openings here as they're going back and forth between each other right now.
Yeah, just a lot of laterals, not quite liking what they see up ahead.
Exactly, and geez, a lot of kicks to the boundary line from the Southern All-Stars tonight. I think they're just trying to keep it near the boundary by the look of it.
Yeah, nobody home there.
Exactly. I think they're feeling like the safety of the boundary is better than to have it in the middle, because if it's stuck in the middle, then that probably means that the Northern All-Stars are going to probably end up getting it and setting something up. So I suppose keeping it close to the boundary line is probably what they want to do at the moment, Aiden.
Yeah, yeah, that's a strat.
That's a strategy, and it's perhaps backfired there as Hivers tries to go for a goal, but way too close to the boundary line, way too tight an angle. That was never going to make it.
Yeah, that was super risky.
Bristol giving away a high tackle on Ishida there. Pretty costly.
Yeah, the Bluefoot Wolf out of Japan.
Absolutely. She's having a decent enough game, I think, but I mean, if you look at Bristol, he shouldn't be giving that stuff away, as Janson finds Cahill just standing there. What's going on?
What? Oh, that was just a breakdown of the play.
Absolutely. Cahill, chance at goal, slots it through. Very easy for the Thylacine. Yet another goal for the Northern All-Stars with not much to go in the second.
He's certainly showing why Cairns paid him handsomely.
Absolutely. This has been his breakout year, and to add a goal in the All-Star game to it is certainly what he would want, and you gotta think he's happy with his performance so far. I mean, just being there with no one on him, I mean, what is going on there? Like, why was there no one on him?
And why is there a defenseman in the forward line?
I don't know, maybe, I don't know what the Northern All-Stars are going for strategy-wise, but it seems to be working. Oh, God, here we go again, by the look of it.
Oh, more.
As it's going to be a free kick to the Southern All-Stars, thankfully, in their case, as Samuelson's going to have a chance to set something up here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a certainly good set of paws to have it on.
As Reisman gets the interception. Yep, sorry to
she's just... It's alright, I mean, hey, the raccoon's very tall, so that's probably why she got that one.
Absolutely, as here we go. Cahill, chance for another one.
Oh,
and he'll get it! Two within 2 minutes!
Whoa!
God, the defender has gotten 2 in 2 minutes. It's a 40-point game at the moment. Southern All-Stars are having a massive breakdown at the moment.
Yeah, hey, Timmy Bryan, I know you're watching this. You might want to consider shifting Cahill around a little bit. Because look at what he can do.
Absolutely. She's going to be very happy with his performance tonight. 28 seconds to go. This might be where the scores settle for half-time here. As very much a siren about to go. There it goes, and it'll be a 40-point margin at half-time, and I don't think anyone was expecting this.
Not even slightly.
Looking at the stats here, very much the Northern All-Stars controlling the kicking, and the marks, and the tackles, and the hit-outs. Very much now controlling the stats pretty handsomely, you would think.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Southern All-Stars have had more possession in terms of percentage, but they're not doing anything with it, Aiden.
Yeah, they've been a lot of dead possessions, so no point in having all that time if it's all for naught.
And exactly as it was at quarter time, you look at the major ball winners for both teams, and it's the midfield for the Northern All-Stars. Meanwhile, it's the backline for the Southern All-Stars. I mean, they have to try and put in a change of game plan in this second half, Aiden. I mean, you look at this, and it tells you that it's their defense is doing all the work while everyone else isn't getting what they need.
Exactly. Like, they need to open something up, and like honestly, they should have probably changed the playbook like 10 minutes ago.
Agreed. Very slow to change here, as it's Everett, Bristol, and Marion kicking the goals for the Southern All-Stars. Meanwhile, there are several people on the Northern All-Stars who have gotten multiple goals already. Just, this is... They need some people to lift here. They really need some people to lift here as we get into the third quarter here. I mean, second half predictions? Aiden?
I don't know. I think Northern's still going to take it. Hopefully not in a runaway, though. And I don't know, you might see Lucas Cahill up for best on field.
Potentially if he keeps this up as we get underway with the third quarter. Excuse me. As Barry gets his own hit out. Honeycutt tries to find someone. But ends up in a pack here.
Yeah, bounce up. Yeah. Oh. And we're going to have a bounce up.
Exactly. We're getting ready for another bounce here. As Barry gets it out. And... Jeez, both teams fighting hard for it. I mean, that's what you want at the moment coming out of half time. I mean, both teams refreshed, ready to kind of hit this game hard. As Williams tries to go to his side, doesn't find anyone, but could keep it going. But Sellander throws the ball again. She's having some real trouble holding that ball tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
And Whitehurst going for the short kick, but it doesn't work.
Not quite, though. He might still get it, and he did for a second.
Yep. As Quack...
Although he still gets it on a... There's still a push, then he pushes back. Yep.
Quacker with a chance here is going to kick it to his side, but Williams gets away the push in the back here to Honeycutt, and Honeycutt is going to find Dálaigh. And Aiden, this could make things even harder as she misses it. Jeez, they could. If she had kicked that one, that would have made things a lot harder for the Southern All-Stars, I would think.
Agreed, but agreed.
As Honeycutt takes the intercept mark, he's gonna go for it. I mean, God, Aiden, this has been the story of the night. They try to get it out of the Northern All-Stars forward 50, and it just goes straight back to the Northern All-Stars.
Exactly. And then we got a pack here, a bit messy.
Yep, Yates with it, hands it off, tries to find someone. As it gets messy again. And looks like they've gotten a bit of an opening, the Northern All-Stars. They find Grimmer. Grimmer going to hand it off to Hivers. But then James picks it up, and it's back to where we were.
Almost a kick to nobody.
Almost a kick to nobody.
Summers turned it into a good mark, though.
Summers with a good mark there. Marion with the ball, hands it off. Oh, jeez. This is becoming tight, contested footy right now.
Yep, it's getting...
Here we go. James, chance for a goal, gets it.
There she goes, finally.
First goal for the quarter of the Southern All-Stars. First goal for Dálaigh James. And we've got 40 minutes to go in the third, but the Southern All-Stars get the start they need, even though it took a bit.
And hey, the fight being late's better than it not coming at all.
I will absolutely agree with that, Aiden. They have a chance here if they can get a few quick ones here. If they get a few quick ones, they could be back in this one.
Very true, very true.
As we get to the hit out again, Marion manages to get around to the defenders. Quacker gives it to Savoy, back to Quacker, but can't get anything going there.
And we got a bit of... And then got a little dirty there. And who's going to get this one?
Yep. Cooper tries to find someone, couldn't find them. Back to the pack again.
A little over.
To the pack again as Barry does a big kick trying to find Murphy, but too much of a pack. But Millwood manages to get the ball and gets a quick reply.
Yep. She was just like, yep, I'll take that.
Absolutely great pickup from Millwood there, and great awareness as well.
I mean, that was pretty much just a go-ahead.
Absolutely. No wonder she's doing pretty well with cans so far. I mean, she's showing great awareness tonight, and she's putting on a good performance here by the look of it. I mean, a little bit quiet, but from what she's done pretty well.
Yeah, when she steps up, she steps up.
Absolutely, as Josephs tries to find Murphy, but Hermansson's been on him like a glove since he kicked that first goal.
But still, they can still hold the ball with a bounce up here.
Absolutely. And Warner pushed in the back by Williams, and he might go for goal here, or he might try to find someone. It's a really tight angle.
I'd try to find someone, honestly.
Yep, I would think the same here, but I think he's thinking about going for it. And... oh my goodness, he's going to slot that one through.
Whoa. Warner. Austin Warner.
Jeez, from that angle, that had to have been a very tight space to fit it through. But he does just that. He slots it through, and... God, a lot of people adding goals to their highlight reel tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, that was like a knife in the block.
Absolutely, Aiden. That is just... God, that is... not many people can do that, but Austin Warner is just showing that he's one of them, that he can do it. As we get underway again, Cooper trying to go for it. He's going to have to hope that bounces, but that doesn't bounce the way he wants it to, and it's a behind.
I get why, though. It's like, you're down this much, try something, but not quite the play they need.
Exactly. I think if it had bounced the right way, that would have been a goal, and that would have been a much-needed one for them.
Absolutely.
As Daniels manages to find Adler pretty wide open, who hands it off to Hodgson. Barry looks like he'll be the first one to get to that ball, and he will be. Going for the tight angle, right into the post. Can't exactly do what Warner did a few minutes ago.
And another doink.
Yep.
Well, not quite doink, but it sounds the same.
Yep. I mean, to be honest, I think that was a bit of a wasteful opportunity from him. He could have probably done a bit better than what he did. As Joseph's caught throwing the ball here, could Brunskill use this to set up something for the Southern All-Stars, Aiden?
At this point, they almost have to.
He's going to try and find someone, but it's going to go back to the pack, and yet again, the Northern All-Stars get it. But thankfully, Murray's there to defend on the line. But he kicks it straight to Honeycutt, and just... jeez Louise, I tell you, this has been the story of the night for them. Even when they defend, they can't seem to get it out of the Northern All-Stars' hands.
Wow, it's absolutely ridiculous.
God, for an All-Star team, they are not exactly putting in an All-Star performance.
Yeah, I'd say so. They're looking a little bit practice squatty, I won't lie.
Yeah, I think maybe there was a bit of an expectation in the air for them that they thought that they would very much be able to win this just because they've won the past few, and maybe that confidence has bit them in the arse tonight.
Yeah, fair to say, mate. Fair to say.
As Millwood gets another behind for the Northern All-Stars, and that behind tally's starting to kind of add up a little bit there.
But it don't always add up in a good way is the issue.
Exactly. As Samuelson manages to get the ball, is there going to be anyone open he can go to? Could have gone to Quacker. He's going to go straight back to the pack, though. I don't know what he was thinking there, and Millwood misses again. Just... I don't know what they're doing there. I mean, Quacker was wide open. You could have probably gone for the ball there, Jay, but no, he tries to go to the pack.
That was just a bad decision.
Exactly, Aiden. I mean, this is what's costing them. As Whitehurst gets the goal, and this is just getting plain ugly, folks. This has been plain ugly for a while, and this is just embarrassing, honestly.
Oh, it's getting ridiculous.
I mean, just look at Whitehurst here in the replay. He manages to spin around, get around the defenders, set himself up, and kick a goal there. Just, when backmen are doing that, then you're in massive trouble.
Yeah, you may. Yeah, they're making it look like the all-time greats team versus a junior club.
Exactly. This has just been kind of pathetic from the Southern All-Stars. They really just have to collect themselves and put some respect back on the board, I think. As Cooper looks like he's going to try and go for a goal here, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, you kind of need the points, and hey, it's not the most unrealistic kick.
Not the most unrealistic kick, but Whitehurst gets it, and just gets it back out of there. Sellander can't get it to anyone that's a teammate at this point, and just, I'm getting a bit speechless here. This is just the same old stuff we're seeing here. It's just
it's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, they're getting killed through the middle. They can't get anything going on the forward line, and as soon as the Southern All-Stars get it in their forward line, that ball ain't moving until it goes through the goalposts. So, like, goes through the big sticks. It's just kind of ridiculous here as they try to get something going here. Daniels intercepts, though, and just it's the same old, same old. I mean, God, if the way they're going right now, we might as well just start talking about what our plans for the rest of the night are. But Brunskill going for it. Much needed goal there. Dana Brunskill comes through, and that is another goal for the Southern All-Stars, but they look well out of it right now.
Yeah, they do. But hey, I mean, like I said, show you got some heartbeat, right?
Exactly. As just a great kick there from Brunskill, but is it too little, too late? I'm starting to think so with this margin.
I mean, it might be. I never count anything out to the final buzzer, but it's just looking harder and harder to surmount.
Yep. Savoy gets a free kick from a high tackle here. Maybe they can connect something here. Who knows? We'll have to see.
One of the few who's been able to do much.
Yep, finds Marion. Finds Quacker. He gets the hands out for it. Can he get a goal here? That's the question.
It's a big maybe. It's a big maybe.
It's a big maybe. He's going to go for it. Gets it. That
maybe
curved
he can.
Curved a little near the end there, but he gets it, and that's a much-needed goal. And in fact, that's his first for the entire game.
Yeah. They needed this pretty bad.
Jeez, and after struggling for so long, they've now gotten 2 in a row in pretty quick succession here, Aiden.
Indeed. Is this maybe a momentum shift? I don't know.
I don't know. We will have to see. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And here we go. Grimmer finds Samuelson. Samuelson finds Cooper. And they might get 3 quick goals in succession here.
Yeah, that might be a shift in things here. But let's see if this goes.
Let's see if he gets it. He does, and maybe the momentum is starting to shift as we get into three-quarter time.
Yeah. Fair to say.
Sydney's Dak Cooper gets the goal. He's been one of their better players this season. Can he perhaps spark a resurgence for the Southern All-Stars here as they've gone from being completely out of it to maybe having a small pulse here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they can. It's an uphill slope, but hey, maybe beats a flat no.
Yep, and chance for it again, but Walker gets the interception. Probably a much-needed one because they're kind of getting the momentum here. The Southern All-Stars.
Young Ishida picks that up.
Yep, and goes over the boundary line with 22 seconds to go in the quarter. It looks like it's going to be 83-46 the scores at three-quarter time, but could have been a lot worse, and the Southern All-Stars might be going into the three-quarter time thinking they might have a slight hope in hell here.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to come in dejected, which changes a lot of things, because now they'll actually want to try for it.
Exactly, as it's three-quarter time now, and Aiden, your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, I mean, Southern finally woke up. Quite late, but they woke up. And they need to keep doing that if they want any shot at this.
Agreed, they are going to need a good start to the final quarter. As we look at the stats here, and they've kind of evened up again, with even the Southern All-Stars getting more in the contested possessions here. So it's starting to look a bit like that they're going to have a bit of a shot here. I mean, the tackles, they're getting out-tackled by the Northern All-Stars, but if they can continue winning contested possessions, then that's always a good thing, as the hit-outs have evened out. And a lot of the other stats are it's kind of going one way or the other here. I think it's looking even enough, even if the scoreboard looks quite lopsided.
Agreed. I mean, they're actually jumping ahead on handballs, which no one seems to be noticing.
That's true, but again, Northern All-Stars leading pretty handily on kicks, so again, maybe the handball might be the way to go here for the Southern All-Stars.
Yeah, they might want to lean on that a little bit more, because it does seem to be working.
And I mean, certainly the final quarter is a good time for people to step up, as, again, major ball winners have mainly been the back line for the Southern All-Stars, but they're getting some momentum by the look of it. Meanwhile, it's Barry, Hodgson, and Adler leading with the Northern All-Stars. You'd have to think that one of them is going to win the Teddy Wilson medal by the end of this game, you'd think.
Possibly.
And Whitehurst leading the goal kicking for Northern. That was not to be expected, but seeing him and Cahill kick 2 goals each, that was insane. And then looking at the differentials here, kind of tells the story here that it looks like the Northern All-Stars have slowed down a little bit.
Either slowed down or got a little sloppy.
That's true. As we get underway with the final quarter here. And here we go with the bounce. And Everett gets it. But can they make something out of it? We'll have to see. Here we go. Summers gets it, but rough conduct from Hodgson. That'll be a free kick to Summers.
And they're giving away these penalties, which are giving Southern a big chance to get back in.
Absolutely. They don't want to give these away, because if they keep giving them away, you're just going to give them a chance to get back into it. As Daniels tries to go for it. Another doink on the post as Daniels kicks another point into the post.
Like I said, this is them getting a little conceited and a little bit wild.
Absolutely. Perkins manages to try and get that away. Williams manages to find a wide open Quacker, but he's getting run down pretty quickly here. As he gets run down, but can James make something out of it? She's going to go for a big snap. Big goal.
Whoa.
Southern get the first goal of the quarter, and they're starting to build a bit of momentum here, Aiden.
Yeah, they're heating up, fair to say.
Maybe they picked the right time here, as they're currently 8 goals forward to 12-12. They're making the most of their opportunities, and it might be 32 points at the moment, but if they get a few quick ones here, they're back in this.
Yeah, they just fire off a few quickly, and all of a sudden we've got a tight game on our hands.
They've kicked the last 4 goals here. And here we go again. Summers gets tackled before they have a chance to do something. But here they come. Murphy tries to find Quacker. He does. So they're going to try.
Whoa.
Yep. Great mark. He's going to try and set something up. Oh, doesn't get it, but Min picks it up.
Cleans it up.
Bit of a soccer there. As Ishida goes to... Here we go. A bit of a... Oh, God, it's going too quick for me to keep up.
Oh, my goodness.
Hermanson finds Strange.
I see. That was a bit of a cardiac moment.
Strange.
Ashcroft.
Strange finds Ashcroft. Ashcroft Tries to find Perkins and does.
Whew. That was a tight window she kicked that into, might I say.
Absolutely. Perkins finds Samuelson. They're starting to get some openings here. Samuelson's ball gets smothered. It's all in the pack now. Everyone trying to go for it. Pretty much a fight for it. Walker tries to go long as Murray gets the big mark to save a potential score from happening. Finds Perkins. Perkins goes long to the pack. Can he find someone? No, he can't.
But it is not quite yet. Someone's got it, though.
Someone has got it. Going to the pack again. Chance for a big mark here. Quacker gets it. He's going to be a bit far out, but he's going to go for it. This to get them closer. He goes for it. Just misses.
Oh, jeez.
Just misses, and it's a 31-point game. They need another goal here to truly get them into a point where they can kind of try to go for the win here. But they are playing a very good final quarter, I must say.
Yeah, they're playing a lot more meticulously. They're leaning on each other a lot more. You know, the things that good teams do.
Here comes Bristol, yet another one.
Whoa!
And they're within a shot here. They're within a shot here. It's 84-59. It's still a little bit of a margin, but they've given themselves a shot to get back in this one.
Yeah, we've got a game. I feel bad for everyone left after the third quarter.
I don't blame them for leaving, but geez, if you left,
Look
you're probably kicking yourself a little bit right now.
Look what they're missing.
Exactly. It's 12-12, 84-9, 5:59, 12 minutes 13 left in the game. Southern All-Stars with a pulse here. As we get a hit out, Marion trying to get it back to the forward line. And is there a chance here? Clayton holds on. If he didn't hold on there, that could have been another goal.
And we got the bounce up, still a shot.
Yep.
Tackle down.
Tackle
and
down.
Another bounce up.
Yep. The Northern All-Stars trying to go for full defensive pressure at the moment. They are struggling to get the openings that they got in the first three quarters here as Grimmer kicks it off to Savoy. Savoy finds Goleen. Goleen at an angle. Goleen goals! And ladies and gentlemen, we have got a contest on our hands.
Goal for Goleen.
The first goal for Goleen here. It is a 19-point game here. 11 minutes to go. This is anyone's contest, folks.
You live for moments like this. This quarter alone is worth the price of admission.
Absolutely. Southern All-Stars starting to pick up the momentum, but the Northern All-Stars potentially gotten too cocky and too ahead of ourselves. We will have to find out, Aiden.
Indeed. Leads are a dangerous mistress. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. Excuse me, sorry, just a bit of a break there, but here we go.
Ishida picks it up.
Ishida picks it up. Number 5, that's Sandra Strange. Trying to go long 2-on-1. Goleen, chance for another goal. He's just missed. That could have been a very vital goal right there.
But luckily there still is plenty of time, so behind right now, not the worst thing.
Plenty of time, 18-point margin. This is very much we're very much in a contest at the moment, which is good. After having to sit through all the one-side traffic, it's good to see another team getting in it. Here comes Murphy, chance for it, and oh my god, they just seem to be dunking the post at the moment. God, that's like the 5th one tonight.
Yes, indeed. You can kind of sense the desperation.
Absolutely. Marion gets it. Gonna try and find Salander. Salander can't hold it, but Min gets caught throwing the ball as soon as she gets it. So that is not what they wanted.
Not exactly, no.
Marion gets the intercept mark. He's gonna handball it off, but handballs it to Yates, but it's gonna be 2-on-1 as Murray yet again playing a great defensive role, but oh jeez, he's lucky to get that ball back.
Oh jeez.
Oh my goodness.
Moves it out to a pack. And
everyone giving it their
Warner.
all at the moment, Aiden. Just my God.
Absolutely, Wes.
And Honeycutt looking to go for a goal. No, he's going to try and find someone, but it goes straight to Joe Gordon. I think he was going for Adler there.
Yeah, well, that's Honeycutt. He's more used to setting the table, so I think they're kind of reading that.
Exactly. Northern All-Stars trying to find a way to kind of get through this zone defense at the moment. Going back and forth. Perkins finds Grimmer, and maybe this is a chance for another goal. As Dak Cooper gets it, they're saying something up here, Aiden. And here we go.
Yeah, this is exciting. Although Ishida breaks it up.
Ishida breaks it up there, and Ishida's coming off for Whitehurst, and Whitehurst has had a pretty good game, so they're bringing out the big guns here. And wait, what? Why are we balling it up here?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe something happened behind the play. I don't know, but...
Oh, wow. They were flirting with the line there a lot.
Yep. And D. Ashcroft coming... Just unable to get it out, so it'll be another ball up. And Adler gives away the high tackle, but minutes are starting to trickle away here. Can the Southern All-Stars get something here? They need a goal, and they need one quick, and they'll need probably a couple of others quick succession as well. Just that clock ticking down as we speak. 4 minutes 30 to go. They need the next goal to keep the chances alive. Here we go, Marion. Marion can't get anything going here. Honeycutt. Here we go. Samuelson whiffs it, and could that be that be the game right there?
Maybe.
We will have to see. 3 minutes 57 to go. Pitney is going to kick it out, and there goes Yates. He's going to hand it off to Dálaigh. I think the Northern All-Stars are now into drain the clock mode as they go straight to Warner. And as the minutes tick by, the chance of the Southern All-Stars winning this is fading, and Everett throwing the ball there, that might just have done it. As Whitehurst kicks it. And here we go, handball off again. Stringer trying to find Murphy. Finds Murray, but I think they've ran out of time here. There's only about 2 minutes left. They need 3 goals.
Yeah, not at this field position. Not at this field position.
We're about 1 minute 30 away from the Northern All-Stars finally winning an All-Star game as Williams throws the ball, and just they're being very sloppy with the ball now, the Southern All-Stars.
Yeah, I think that's what did it.
Absolutely. As they hand it off, Clayton holds onto it. There's going to be a big roar here at the Gabba when the siren sounds. As Strange gives away a high tackle. Can there be another score on the board here? We'll have to see as it just time ticks away. It's been a long 5 years for the Northern All-Stars.
But, yeah, they finally got it.
They're finally going to get it. Yates with it. Are they going to have the ball when the siren goes? Chance for a goal. I think Millwood hit the post again, or I think she might have just missed it, but that will be the final score of the game. 6 seconds to go. There's going to be jubilation around the ground in a sec. Siren goes. Northern All-Stars win their first ever get their first ever win in the All-Star game, and after 5 long years, they finally break through.
And good on them. Good on them.
Just a great performance through those first 3 quarters. Slowed down the fourth, but it was really those first 3 quarters that set the table for this, especially that first quarter. That was great team football, Aiden.
Exactly.
Final scores, Northern 12-14, 86. Southern 10-7, 67. Tried their best to get it back into it, couldn't. But Aiden, what a game. What a game.
Oh, absolutely. That was... Well, what a fourth quarter, I should say, because...
Yeah. I mean, definitely a good performance in the Northern All-Stars, but definitely it was really the fourth quarter where this game came alive.
Oh, no doubt about that. That's when Southern finally woke up.
And Barry is your Teddy Wilson medalist for this year. I would have to agree with that. Very controlling the ruck, very good with disposals. I don't think he got on the scoreboard, but he was certainly the vital cog for the Northern All-Stars getting this win, especially that first quarter. Like, that was control, and that's what they needed.
Exactly. Like, you don't have to be on the scoreboard. I mean, he did everything else, essentially.
Exactly, and we have a look at the stats here while we're at it, and just 15 disposals. Like, wow, that is more than anyone else on that team. Definitely man of the match, player of the best on ground, player of the game. I would have to agree.
Yeah, they picked good with that one.
And just, Aiden, your thoughts on this game and how it went. Who won the game for you? Like, honestly, I'm speechless a bit after that final quarter. But like, your thoughts on the game? Who was the one that, in your opinion, was best on ground, and who pretty much, controlled the? Well, who was the? Like, just tell me everything about the game you want to talk about.
Jeez, I almost don't know where to begin, but begin I will, mate. I mean, it was clearly you saw Northern had a lot of fire in them. No doubt about that. They wanted this win. They got it, even if they got sloppy at the end and could have potentially, let it drift away, but you saw them working together towards that one goal, It's like if your hand, you don't punch with one finger. You punch with five fingers. And that's what they were doing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. They gave it their whole heart, and it showed. Meanwhile, I think the Southern All-Stars got, in my opinion, I think they got a little carried away in the hype and with what they'd done before. And I think that cost them tonight. But to be honest, that final quarter at least showed that they didn't want to leave this game looking like chumps. They wanted to show some fight in the game, and you have to admit it, in that final quarter they did.
Oh, they absolutely did. No doubt about that. And they were trying everything they could.
Absolutely. And just, this was... God, this might not have been the best All-Star game we've had, but it certainly at least gave us one of the best quarters we've seen. So, I mean, just all in all, just a great game in that final quarter, and just a great game from the Northern All-Stars. Just great performance, great game all round, and just, Aiden, it was great to have you here with me, and just great to do another one of these. I mean, it's slowly become a big part of the FAFL calendar. In the first year, we didn't know if this was going to be a continuing thing, but now, in its 5th season, we're starting to see it become kind of a big part of the calendar.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all the fanfare around it now, like, they've done, even just the All-Star game, like, they've made a whole weekend of it.
Exactly. I mean, I know due to the strike and that we didn't get the Legends game and all that this year, but I'm sure we'll be getting that next year again. I mean, I know
absolutely.
I know that's been a very popular thing with just fans and that, and they were disappointed to see that it wasn't going to happen this year. But again, I have to say that just this was a great game all around, and I mean, Brisbane. I think once they've had the Olympics and that, I'm pretty sure we'll be back here. So, I mean, it might be another 10 years, but we'll be back here, definitely. They've been a great...
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't we be?
Exactly. I mean, where do you think we're going next year? We've been to the 5 major capital cities, so where are we going next? Where do you think we're going next, Aiden?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'll take a complete shot in the dark and say Hobart.
I think that's a good shout. I think we'll be in Hobart or Darwin next year. I think that'll be a good shout there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next year. I mean, we've got another half of the season to go. It's been a great season so far. We had a very good performance in the All-Star game tonight, and I think if this is what we're going to get for the rest of the season, I think at least, especially that final quarter, if that's what we're going to be seeing for the rest of the season, I think we're in for a good rest of the season. And I mean, I'm looking forward to Pride Round, Heritage Round, the finals, the whole shebang. happy to do it with you, mate. We'll be back. We'll be back next time. Just Aiden, any final words you want to give about this game or final thoughts? Just whatever.
Well, I'll just say, if this is the first half of the season we've gotten, then, second half we're in for a real treat.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been a great event. I've enjoyed this. I've been Wes Kerry.
And I'm Aiden Harrison.
And we'll see you next time on FAFL Grandstand.
Take care.